Hey, it's so good to see you here. Welcome back. If you're new, I'm glad you found this space because today we're diving into something seriously fun and just a little bit dangerous. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself in that electric moment with a man where the energy is thick, the eye contact lingers, and there's just that split-second pause where you're thinking, is he going to kiss me? Your heart beats a little faster, your breath catches, and everything feels like it's building to that one magical second. But then, nothing. He hesitates, or the moment passes. And later you're wondering, did I miss my chance? Should I have said something? Here's the thing most people don't talk about. A kiss, especially that first kiss, isn't just about physical attraction. It's about emotional build-up. It's about that delicious tension, that mental game where he doesn't just want to kiss you, he feels like he has to. And the best part, you can create that moment on purpose with just a few carefully chosen words. Words that tease, flirt, challenge, and ignite something inside him that he can't ignore. So if you've ever wondered what to say to give him butterflies, make him lean in, and make the idea of kissing you irresistible, this is for you. Because today, I'm sharing 5 magic words, 5 playful little phrases that when dropped at just the right time, make a man crave your kiss like it's his next breath. Are you ready? Let's get into it. There's something incredibly seductive about a woman who knows how to play with tension. Not the kind of tension that makes things awkward or uncomfortable, but the kind that makes the air feel electric. The kind that makes a man lean in, wondering what's going to happen next. And that's exactly what happens when you drop 5 playful little words. I dare you not to. It sounds so simple, right? But let's unpack what's actually going on here. You're out with him, you're sitting close, maybe you've both been flirting all night, laughing, touching each other's arms, sharing those lingering glances that say more than your words ever could. There's that unmistakable moment where you both feel the energy rising, and it's almost as if time slows down. That's when you look at him, maybe with a little smirk, and say it. I dare you not to kiss me right now. Now here's the magic. It's not a demand, it's not a command, it's not even a request. It's a challenge, and it's laced with flirtation, curiosity, and confidence. You're not pressuring him, you're inviting him into a playful game where he gets to feel like he's still in control, even though you're the one steering the moment. Men are wired to respond to challenge. It wakes something up in them. And when that challenge comes from a confident woman who knows what she's doing, it becomes irresistible because now kissing you isn't just about the attraction he already feels. It's about stepping up, about proving something, about feeling the rush of being desired by someone who doesn't need to beg for his attention, but who knows exactly how to spark it. And let's be honest, those 5 words aren't just playful. They're bold, they're brave. They say, I know you want to, and I'm not afraid to say it out loud. That level of confidence is sexy. It tells him you're not here to play it safe or keep everything surface level. You're present, you're in the moment, and you're not afraid of what might happen next. You're leaning into the connection rather than hiding from it. And that's the secret of feminine power. It doesn't force, it doesn't chase, it creates a feeling. It builds a world he wants to step into, one where he gets to feel strong, desired, and just a little off balance because you're playing on a different level. This phrase, I dare you not to kiss me, only works when it's backed by the right energy. You have to say it with a smile, with warmth, with a teasing sparkle in your eyes that says you know exactly what you're doing. And when you do, he won't just want to kiss you, he'll crave it. Because in that one sentence, you flip the entire dynamic. You've made the kiss something more than a moment. You've made it a mission. And when a man feels like kissing you is the most exciting challenge in the world, he won't be able to stop thinking about you long after that moment ends. There's something about scent that bypasses logic and goes straight to emotion. It's primal. It's deeply embedded in our brains. A certain scent can stop us in our tracks, pull us into a memory, or trigger an instant feeling of attraction before we even understand why. And that's why these next 5 words are more powerful than they seem on the surface. You smell too good. Now, at first glance, it sounds like a simple compliment, but let's be honest. You smell good is nice, polite, safe. But when you say, you smell too good, it adds a whole different flavor. It turns a compliment into a confession, a hint of struggle, like his scent is making it difficult for you to focus, like it's affecting you in a way you didn't expect. And men love that, because what you're really saying is, you're having an effect on me, and I wasn't ready for it. Think about when you'd drop this line. Maybe you're leaning in to give him a hug, and you breathe him in just a second longer than usual. Maybe you're close, standing shoulder to shoulder, somewhere intimate, and your eyes meet as you say it with a small, knowing smile. It's quiet, it's personal, it's intimate. It bypasses the surface level flirting and taps into something more sensual. Here's what's important. It's not just the words. It's the tone. You don't blurt this out. You don't say it casually. You say it slowly, like the words are slipping out before you can stop them, almost like a whisper, as if you're revealing something you probably shouldn't. That's what makes it so sexy. It doesn't scream, I want you. It whispers it. And by saying too good, you're implying something deliciously dangerous, that being near him is a temptation, that his presence is starting to override your control. And even if you're saying it in a teasing, playful way, you're still opening a door in his mind. You're planting a seed. If I smell this good to her, what else is she thinking about? You see, men want to feel desired, just like women do. They want to know that they have an effect on you, that they're not just there, but that they're making your body react. When you give him that experience, without needing to be explicit, you stir something deep inside him. It's not just ego, it's chemistry. And here's a little secret. The best seduction doesn't happen with obvious moves. It happens in the subtle moments. The ones that feel real, unplanned, even a little accidental. That's the kind of moment this phrase creates. You smell too good isn't a pickup line. It's a moment, a spark, a shift in the conversation from light and playful to something more charged, something that lives in the space between words. And when you deliver it just right, he'll think about it later, in the car, in bed. He'll remember how you said it, how you looked at him, how it made him feel. And most of all, he'll wonder what would have happened if he had kissed you right then and there. Because when words create a feeling, they become unforgettable. And those are the kinds of kisses men crave. There's a phrase that, when delivered at the right moment, hits a man in a place that few words can. It's playful, it's curious, and it hints at something deeper than just flirtation. Those 5 little words, you're trouble, aren't you? Now let me tell you why this line works like magic. First of all, you're not just complimenting him. You're challenging him gently. It's a poke, a tease. You're saying, I see what you're doing, and I'm onto you. And trust me, men love that. They don't want someone who blindly falls at their feet. They want to be seen, to be read. And they want to know you're sharp enough to spot the charm, the seduction, the little things they do to impress you. And call it out with a smile. When you say, you're trouble, you're not accusing him of anything bad. You're telling him, You're the kind of guy I shouldn't want, but kind of do. It walks the perfect line between interest and restraint, between flirtation and mystery. And here's the kicker. By saying you're trouble, you're shifting the power dynamic. You're letting him know he might be confident, he might be charming, he might even be getting under your skin, but you're still in control of yourself. You're letting him know you see the game he's playing and you're not afraid to play back. Imagine this scenario. You're on a date, things are getting a little flirty. He's saying all the right things, giving you that smirk he knows works on women, and he's clearly trying to impress you. That's when you lean in, raise an eyebrow, and drop it. You're trouble, aren't you? And you do it with that half smile, that sparkle in your eye that says you're teasing, but also kind of serious, because he is getting to you, but you're not giving in just yet. This line works because it creates anticipation. You're acknowledging the chemistry between you, but you're not handing yourself over to it. Not completely. You're staying just a little out of reach, just mysterious enough to make him want to lean in further. It's also disarming. Most guys are used to compliments that are direct. You're so handsome. You're funny. But this is different. It turns the moment on its head. It makes him feel like the one being evaluated. It makes him think, wait, what does she see in me? And that curiosity, that intrigue, that's where desire is born. And maybe the best part, it's fun. It keeps the tone light, flirtatious, and exciting. You're not putting pressure on the moment. You're not begging for intimacy or forcing a vibe. You're just playing. You're throwing the ball into his court and watching how he responds. And the beautiful thing is, when you use this line at just the right time, it sticks with him. Long after the night is over, he'll be thinking about it, about you, about the way you said it, about the way you looked at him like you knew something he didn't. Because when a man feels like you see him, like you can read him, and still flirt with him anyway, that's intoxicating. That's irresistible. That's what makes him crave the kiss and the connection that follows. There are moments in flirting where the most powerful thing you can do is admit the truth. Not all of it, not in a serious, soul-bearing way, but in that teasing, emotionally charged whisper where you let just enough vulnerability slip through to drive him completely crazy. That's exactly what happens when you say, I shouldn't want to kiss you. Let's pause there. Just that, those 6 words, you haven't even said whether you do or not. You've only confessed that if you did want to kiss him, it would be a bad idea. And that, my friend, is where the magic lies. See, when you say, I shouldn't want to kiss you, you're doing something powerful. You're giving him a peek behind the curtain. You're suggesting there's a desire, one you're actively trying to resist. And that resistance, that tension between want and shouldn't, it's absolutely magnetic. Humans are wired to crave what we can't have. And men, especially men who are attracted to confident, self-aware women, are drawn to mystery, to a moment that feels forbidden, risky, exciting. And when you say something like this, you don't just feed that craving, you ignite it. Because now he's thinking, why shouldn't she want to kiss me? Does she? What's stopping her? What can I do to make her give in? And that right there is the moment where he stops thinking about anything else except you. The genius of this line lies in how it shifts the dynamic. You're not throwing yourself at him. You're not begging for attention. You're the one in control of your own feelings, so much so that you're willing to playfully confess them while still holding back. It's like offering him the scent of the cookie, but not letting him have a bite. And suddenly, all he wants is the damn cookie. Let's imagine this in real life. You're standing close. The vibe is electric. Maybe it's after a date. Or you're just talking and laughing in that golden moment where everything feels a little too good. He's clearly into you. You feel it too. That pull, that magnetic tension. Because in that moment, he's no longer just enjoying your company, he's aching for more. You've stirred something deeper than attraction. You've created emotional urgency. And that's what makes a kiss unforgettable. Not just the act itself, but the build-up, the hesitation, the mental foreplay that made it feel inevitable and forbidden at the same time. And here's the best part. When you say something like this, it stays with him. Even if you don't kiss him right then. In fact, especially if you don't. It creates a craving, a memory, a loop in his brain that replays that line and the way you said it over and over again. Because when you admit you're trying not to fall, that's the moment he realizes how much he wants you to. If you've ever wanted to freeze a moment in time, make it linger, make it matter, make it unforgettable, there's a powerful way to do it. And it starts with a simple confession. One that's soft, vulnerable, and so real, it slices through the noise of everyday flirtation. I don't usually do this. Now listen, that phrase, when said the right way, isn't just words. It's a doorway. It's a whisper that something different is happening here, something rare. And human beings, especially men, are drawn to rarity like a moth to a flame. We all know what it's like to go through the motions, the conversations, the dates, the polite smiles. It becomes routine, predictable. And men, just like women, can feel that. They can sense when someone's saying what they think they're supposed to say. But when a woman looks at a man, holds his gaze and says, I don't usually do this, whether that means staying out late, being this physically close, leaning in for a kiss, or even admitting she likes someone, she's suddenly not a part of the script. She's writing her own scene. Why is that so powerful? Because you've just elevated the moment. You said, this isn't normal for me, but somehow with you, it feels right. You've let him know, without saying it directly, that he's standing in a space not many people get to be in, that makes him feel special, important, like he's cracked the code that others couldn't. And that's when the dynamic shifts. When a man feels like he's the exception, not the rule, he instantly invests more emotion, more attention, more desire. But there's something deeper here. This phrase doesn't work unless you mean it. That's what gives it its power, authenticity. If you say, I don't usually do this just to sound seductive, it falls flat. It sounds rehearsed. But if you say it in a quiet, almost surprised tone, like you're hearing yourself admit it for the first time too, that's when it lands. That's when his heart starts racing. Because now it's not just a flirtation, it's a moment. Maybe it's that second you brush against him and feel the pull to close the gap. Maybe it's after the kiss, when you're both catching your breath and trying not to smile too wide. Maybe it's when he's walking you to your door and you hesitate before going inside, not quite ready to end the night. That's the moment. That's when you lean in slightly, lower your voice and say, I don't usually do this. You don't have to explain what this is. That's part of the charm. Is it the fact that you're kissing him? The fact that you're letting your guard down? The fact that you're even feeling this way about someone so soon? Leave it open-ended. Let his mind fill in the blanks. That mystery, the unspoken part, is what keeps the tension sizzling. And don't underestimate how intimate that moment becomes. You're not just telling him he's desirable. You're showing him that he's shifting something inside you. That your rules, the ones that usually keep you safe, distant, protected, are bending for him because of him. It's rare, it's vulnerable, and it's honest. And it's exactly why this phrase is unforgettable. It doesn't just create a craving for your kiss. It makes your kiss mean something. It says, this is different. And long after the kiss fades, he'll remember that. He won't just remember your lips or the way you touched his chest or how good you smelled. He'll remember how it felt. He'll remember the look in your eyes when you said it. He'll remember thinking, wow, She doesn't usually do this, but she did. With me. That memory, it won't just make him crave your kiss again. It'll make him crave your presence, your energy, your trust. Because a kiss can be electric, but a kiss wrapped in emotional intimacy, that's the kind of kiss a man never forgets. Oh, here's the truth. A kiss isn't just about lips touching lips. It's about energy, intention, the emotional buildup that makes that one moment feel like the world just stood still. And what you say before that kiss, those tiny, seemingly innocent words, can be the spark that turns it into something whether it's the playful, is that all you've got? The mischievous, you're trouble, aren't you? The hesitant, I shouldn't want to kiss you, or the vulnerable, I don't usually do this. Each one of these phrases does more than flirt. They pull him closer, emotionally and physically. They create anticipation, tension, mystery. And most importantly, they let him feel something deeper than just attraction. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about making him crave your kiss. It's about making him crave you, your essence, your energy, your presence. So the next time you're in that moment and the chemistry is undeniable, remember, the right words, spoken with confidence and authenticity, can turn a simple kiss into a story he'll never stop replaying. Now, if you love this video and you want more real, powerful ways to create unforgettable chemistry with a man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment that could change your love life forever. And I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 magic phrases would you use in the moment before a kiss? Or have you said something before that drove him absolutely wild? Drop it in the comments. I read every one, and I love hearing your stories. Until next time, stay magnetic.